There's a definite trend that I just recently took notice of and made me ponder. It's something that, while it is revolutionary as it shows the progression of modern technology, really unsettles me. So now to the question at hand, is traditional animation slowly being replaced by CGI? Now I'm sure a lot of you will probably say, absolutely not. It's still being used and it's seen quite frequently actually. But in what medium? Where do you see most 2D animation these days? In TV cartoons aimed for adults. But wait, you must be saying, what about Cartoon Network? Oh, it's dead to me. I never really got into the new programming after my favorite series took a serious turn for the worse, and therefore my desperate need for cable TV was non-existent. Heck, I've been living in a house with cable for 4 years now, and I hardly turn on the TV of my own accord. Kind of sad, actually. You killed me, CN. You really did. You were literally the only thing I wanted cable for. Anyway, by that point, all that I had grown up with was over and done with, and what was left just never really grew on me. But I digress. Even though Cartoon Network's programming is 2D oriented, it just doesn't speak out to me as much. For the most part, it's very simplistic. The same can also be said for most adult cartoons out there. That does not make them bad by any means. Each style is unique and lots of fun to look at. With exceptions. What I'm getting at is that the days where traditional animation tried to resemble reality and add such detail and care and scope and majesty are sadly gone. But now what I really want to get into. Movies. Okay, here you have to admit the medium is dead, or at least in the American box office. What reigns in terms of animated content is CGI. And the only times we can get something a bit different from the norm, and with a unique style each and every time, is when Leica puts out their awesome stop-motion gems. So when was the last time a big 2D animated movie was released in cinemas in the States? 2009 was the last big notable release with The Princess and the Frog, but okay, we had the My Little Pony movie this year, I give. But ever since The Princess and the Frog, even Disney has gone fully CGI with both Pixar and Disney Animation Studios churning out Best Animated Picture Oscar bait. Sure, they look fantastic, but I'm a bit of an old-fashioned girl. I really miss this. I guess I'm just upset that I didn't ever get to see a 2D film in theaters, because I unfortunately missed seeing The Princess and the Frog. The first Disney film I ever saw at the movies that I can recall was Finding Nemo, a time where we can safely say Pixar was definitely gaining steam, and everyone else was very quick to follow suit. So now to analyze why this change has occurred. Reason 1. 3D movies are easier to make. Very debatable for sure, but you gotta admit that you don't require the extra amount of expertise that a traditional artist has to sketch a character identically in different poses for the film. A digital animator, once given the model, just has to work with all the individual parts to produce movement. And yes, there are also mega skills required. You have to work with keyframes and graph editors, but let's just agree that both styles require the artists to be experts in their field. Neither should be taken lightly or be seen as much easier, but there is an advantage to working in 3D. Once a model is made, it can be modified and reused for future projects, as opposed to cell-based templates which can never be used again. This greatly affects what Hollywood really seems to love most, sequels. Reason 2. The box office return on 2D movies just isn't the same as it used to be. Both The Princess and the Frog and 2011's Winnie the Pooh didn't meet Disney's usual box office gross, especially when comparing them to Pixar's returns. Also, after the release of Tangled and how much that made, they realized they had stumbled upon something pretty profitable, and didn't just need to depend on Pixar. They can make their own films under Disney Animation Studios, and invest in softwares that can make hair strands and snowflakes, but save some money by reusing models. So even though traditional animation is cheaper, Disney and other studios don't care how much they spend, because they know that even more sweet, sweet moolah is guaranteed. And reason 3, it looks better? This depends on perspective. There are certainly some details and realism that can be achieved, but I don't know, I just prefer the old style. So I can definitely appreciate that for us old enough for mature programming, there's still some of that hand-drawn nostalgia to be found. Although I extremely miss the amount of detail that could come with theatrical 2D productions. But anyway, what do you guys think? Are you a fan of the current CGI and cinema movement? Would you like to see a return to form and for some traditional animation to be released in theaters again? Let me know in the comments below. everyone, Misty here, coming to you with another very delayed channel update. You know what? I don't like the sound of that. How about reboot? Revamp? Let's just change the video's title to Misty's Channel Reboot The Redux / a kind of video essay. Or you know what? Let's leave it as Misty's Epic Fail Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. I like the sound of that one. Okay, in all honesty, I admit my last attempt to do something new with this channel was not my best accomplishment, but I promise to make things right this time, and with way more frequent content. That's right, folks, no need to wait another 6 months to see what I'll come up with now. So if you liked what you saw and want to see more, please subscribe to the channel, as I'll be posting other similar videos, movie reviews, music-related videos, and other stuff that my mind conjures up. So stay awesome, and see you next time.